Hello and welcome to this. This is a video where I'm reacting to 5 private schoolers versus 2 public schoolers, and it's a video with Jubilee. So yeah, I myself did not go to a private school. When I say private, just for everyone out there, what I mean by that is I know that, for example, in England they do have the name where it's like, well, private is where you pay money to. Private is not where you pay money to, rather. But in my country, a private school is where you pay for it. It's a premium. It's like a private. The state doesn't provide it, basically. Anyway, some people have said private schools should be abolished because or increase regulation because they're not. There's a lot of issues surrounding them, and let's just look into it because there's many problems. And let's go ahead and react to the video. Oh. Okay.
You said that everyone knew each other, and then you knew the same people when you went to high school.
I knew some of the same people because I transferred with them. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm literally a private school kid.
What difference would that make? Like, you say you knew some of the people. It's like, well, that would happen no matter what school you'd go to. Maybe America is different. Maybe in America it's like, yeah, you went to this type of school, then you must be separated from everyone you went to school to before. But no, all I know is that when like in I was in school, it was like, yeah, no, if you move on, yeah, you end up with some people you were with, because that's sort of just like generally the thing. It's like, if you go to a prestigious place, then, some people will also go into the prestigious place. And if you just go to a place in the local area, then other people will go into the place in the local area. It's just how people work.
The story is very shifty.
Oh, fuck off.
We brought together 7 private school students.
I'm a private school student. I'm a private school student. I am a private school student.
I am a private school
Oh,
student.
fuck off.
I am a private school student.
I'm a private school student.
I'm a private school
Fuck
student.
off.
2 of them are public school students. If the group discovers who the liars are, they will split a cash prize. If the liars survive,
I think personally, I know this happens in some countries where, parents struggle, they get the money together and they pay for private school even though they don't have a lot of money. I know that occurs, but still, there's something that feels off about, like, yes, but rich people will get the money if they hunt you down.
they win the entire prize. Who is the odd one out?
What's everybody learning in school?
I'm taking film, geometry, Spanish, health and wellness, history, English, and conceptual physics.
AP World,
Okay,
English
wait,
Honors.
okay, I don't know why it's not pausing in time, like it should be pausing, What can you expect? But anyway,
Spanish, health and wellness, history, English, and conceptual.
okay, now, besides film, pretty much all of these you learn, and I don't think I learned them, but like they were available, in the school that I went to. So like physics was available, English was obviously, history, health, I guess through maybe like home economics, you learn a bit about that. Film, no. Geometry, I think it's a good idea about separating some things out of mathematics, but still, that's still technically within mathematics. So, and Spanish, yeah. So film is really the only thing there that's
Physics.
AP World, English Honors, Spanish Honors, Religion, called like
you don't need to say honors,
Ethics and Morality.
I'm in English honors, history
Wait.
honors.
Hold on a second. But there's no need to.
Spanish Honors,
What's AP World again? I'm not sure.
Religion, called like Ethics.
Religion in a private school. Interesting. Interesting.
And reality.
I'm in English.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of
AP
them would
World,
be though.
English honors, Spanish honors.
I'm not sure what AP World is actually. I know you might know what this is, but like. Okay. So, cause I don't know what it is, but you know. Like. A advanced placement world. Okay, so there's just history. So it's just history. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah. So yeah.
There's religion, called like ethics and morality.
I'm
Yeah,
in
pretty
English
much all of
honors.
them. Yeah, I would have had in I wouldn't have learned them. They would have been available in my school.
History honors,
All of them.
science honors,
would've
Spanish
liked
honors
to
as well, and I take art advanced.
Yeah, all of them as well.
Math, Hebrew, history, art, science. I just can't think of any more right off the bat.
She couldn't remember one of the classes that she
That is pretty weird.
attended, which I thought was kind of odd to me since you've been in a class for half a year now.
Another thing I can't get off my mind. I'm the only one in an actual uniform. Like, I have
Okay.
a question for you. So what's with the uniform?
I have a dress code on
It's
a
a weird
uniform.
question.
We're only allowed to wear like baby blue or light blue, gray, navy, and white, but we're only allowed to wear white on Fridays.
Yeah, so it's got
It's like a treat. What kind of what? Click clan?
color coded, yeah.
Yeah, we
I
have
only
Only
wear
hood?
these on Thursdays because we go to chapel.
Ours is
Oh.
just khakis and a polo
See, yeah, no. Spot on.
shirt. His uniform, it didn't look unique to like a private school.
Once a month on Fridays,
Yeah.
we're allowed to wear.
Do you understand? It's a fucking uniform, okay? Unless it's like literally a piece of clothing you know would cost thousands upon thousands. Yes, a public school could decide to go slightly. I knew of one school, that wore like really posh clothing, and you'd think it was like a private school. It was very posh clothing, very posh uniform. It was a public school. It's just that the people in charge were like, you have to wear this, so all the kids wore that. So just because it's just because it's school that way does not necessarily mean, oh no, then it must be that way. Because no, inherently that's kind of faulty logic in the. Come on, okay. Oh.
Wear jeans.
That's what we do on Friday. We wear spirit shirts
That's concerning.
or jeans.
Why don't we go around and say all our grades?
I'm in 7th grade.
I'm in 8th grade.
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
I'm a freshman.
8th grade. 6th grade. I'm in 7th grade.
Gosh, already.
That was quick.
That was fast.
Okay.
A lot of the classes that she named were stuff that are my friends in public school.
Oh, your friends in public school, is it now? Also, that is a bunch of BS. Because a lot of the subjects, all of you named, except for the first fella who was like film, I had in my school. So, just saying. Some of them were a bit like more like didn't have them in on their own, but they had them like within other subjects. Like, geometry is within mathematics. AP World is within history. Which, by the way, Americans should learn more about world history. Just saying, it is important to them. So I'm just
Who are
saying that's
currently
bullshit.
taking.
Also, wait,
At least in my experience, private school.
wait, what? Did she say she was learning Hebrew? So, yeah. No, I don't want to go there. So, did she learn Hebrew? I believe. Oh no, never mind. Okay, so it was
honors,
this.
science honors, Spanish honors as well, and I take art advanced.
Math.
Okay, yeah. In fairness, yeah, that yeah. For a second, I thought it was the one that said this one who was saying Hebrew, because I was thinking that, yeah, no, that's not really accurate. But like I had like a relation who in their school they were learning a new science course, you know, that wasn't in my school. Like they were actively learning it. It wasn't like, oh, they were they were going to introduce it. It was like they were actively learning it as it wasn't even available in my school. So inherently you can't really say, oh, because a school can contact the thing and say, can we introduce this course? And okay, well, we've got a course here, so yeah, it's not really.
At least in my experience, private schools don't really.
That's not a great
Have sixth grade in it. It's usually 7 to 12.
A lot of other people here are wearing a lot
Yeah, but like it's just sort of.
of like bland colors. She's wearing a bright red shirt, and that kind of stood out to me.
What's wrong? Okay, I'm gonna grace that with a response actually.
There's a tie. The tie is between Hallie and Audrey. So each person has 20 seconds to state their case, starting with Hallie.
I'm a private school student. I go to Harvard Westlake. I play volleyball. I'm a libero. The season just ended. I'm part of the BSU Video Games Club and the book club.
Okay, my name's Audrey. I go to a private school. I really like innovations. I have a super small class, 10 kids inclame me. I played school soccer. I really like the science
Wait,
lab
hold on a
and
second.
the
Hold on a second.
experiments.
A super small class. That could in essence just be, like, I'm not sure. Like, in my country, the way you have things is that you have a specific teacher who you go to. Like who you go to is like as a class. You have a class as a whole. Like so you group as a class, and the teacher then comes to you. So you don't have just like one group of students. Who are in one group, because like one group might decide to do different things, so so sometimes you might have a class of 10, but other times you'll have a class of like almost 30. I believe Italian was that way.
Okay, I'm actually real.
There was a school once.
All right, Fitbit, let's hit this new move.
Whatchamacallit? For God's sake. I don't know why the internet is so slow. It's very annoying. Anyway.
Okay, I'm actually really surprised that I lost the tiebreaker. I thought it was going to be Hallie.
Why don't we just give like a brief description of what our school's like?
I'll go first. It's a decent-sized school. We have at least 20 kids in our class, if not less. You know everybody there, and it's a high school too. It's a middle school, and it's an elementary.
Well, like, you'd know everybody there if we just didn't have many students. Like, Like, Schoolmeyer was, we went to like, had like 800, I'm gonna say 800 people. It was, I had around 800 peoples. And that was the thing though. And it's like, okay, but, you're not gonna know everybody there. But if you had a school of far less, yeah, you know. Anyway. All in one school.
She was very quick to volunteer, which just felt like she was trying to get the group off her
fuck
back.
off.
There's 2 campuses. There's the lower and upper campus. Right now I'm on the lower campus. In both campuses, I'd say
Wanna be
there's
a
about
racist
1,500 people, and there's like 15 people in each class.
Wait,
That's a
you
lot
said
of classes.
1,500 people in each class?
No.
No. In the whole, in both.
15 people. 1,500 overall. As in there are 100 classes. Which, to be honest, is... It's actually quite possible, actually. 100 classrooms seems like excessive amounts of classrooms, but... Yeah. Oh, 2 campuses.
Yeah.
I've been going to private school my entire life, and in elementary school it was really small. Everyone knew each other. The teachers knew the students. The teachers knew the parents. They knew my
Yes.
entire family.
Yes, I went to school, and the teachers knew the students, cause that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're teaching you. If they didn't know you, it would be weird, because then you wouldn't really be being taught, would you? You'd just be present in the classroom. So yeah. Teachers often know people. That's how that works.
If something happens like in the morning, by lunch, everyone knows about it. I had a crush on this boy, and rumors were going around. I was in 5th grade, and they called my mom and talked about it, and my mom got so
What the fuck? They called.
mad.
I'm a K through 12 school, so my
I have to know more about that story before I comment on that, cause like, what even was that? Why did the parent get mad? Like what the? Oh my god, I don't know.
My school's pretty big. There's lower school, middle school, and upper school. Right now, I'm obviously in the upper school. We tend to stay away
obviously.
from the seniors. They bully us a lot. Our bathrooms are vandalized by them, so we have to use the upper
Ours
school
are
bathroom.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah. That's a puppet, no. See everyone? Rich people are just as fucking moronic as everybody else. Actually worse. You know, ever heard of the Bollington Club? Yeah, thing in England. Bunch of rich came along. They just like trash restaurants and stuff. Jesus Christ, you can't trust them, can you? But yeah, basically, yeah, that's not what they're saying there. Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about safety in school? Do you guys feel safe in school?
When I was in public school, I never felt unsafe in regards to like physical harm, but definitely in regards to like verbal bullying, that kind of thing. Like I'm gay, I wouldn't have felt safe to come out there.
Totally. Yeah. At the public school, there's a lot of
And you'd feel safe in a private school? Interesting. My experience, upper class people tend to be a little bit more, also, generally tends to be the case that, like
bullying. There's a lot of teasing. I got teased for being gay in 5th grade before I even knew I was gay.
I'm from the Bay Area, so it's kind of a more progressive school. It's
kids that do that, you have to wonder. At times you do have to wonder, maybe we should have the death penalty, just not for murder, obviously, because that's a stupid thing to have a death penalty for. Why would you have it for that? But no, like for that kind of thing, Because at a certain point you go, yeah, that might make sense, I know if you just because these kind of things where it's clearly an action. There's no, push into it. It's like, no, you did that thing, So if a kid keeps bullying another kid, just one day just have a public execution, just guillotine. So the next kid who bullies someone gets a chop. Anyway, that might be an effective way to end bullying. I'm just saying, death penalty, very effective way, the thing is, they used to like beat kids, but the problem was if you give that power to a teacher, not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. They're gonna abuse that. However, if you've got the death penalty, that's a much simpler option. No one's gonna misbehave then. Well, misbehave, maybe allow that, but like, because that's sort of, you want that to be there. But basically, no one's gonna like bullying then. That's just a suggestion. It's not necessarily a real suggestion, but I'm just saying there are effective ways around this. But yeah, sometimes just think, yeah, this kid should be severely, it's.
The gifted education program, 4 classes a day, and then Fridays are like a more development day where you kind of do community building, run-of-the-mill Bay Area private school.
My school is in Arizona, 3 buildings. There's a cafeteria and gymnasium, a 7 to 12 building, and then we have a K through 6 building. I have honors English, science, social studies, and algebra. Then my 2 electives are PE and theater.
I'm a little suspicious of you.
Yeah, same.
Honors English, social studies, those are very, very typical run-of-the-mill public school classes, especially social studies.
What's the best thing about your private school?
Yeah, well, sometimes private schools maybe should do a bit of social studies, like actual social studies, so they wouldn't be such dickheads. Now, of course, once again, I will reaffirm the fact that yes, in America, people do sometimes there is a different sort of thing. In my country, education is kind of free, not fully though. There's still, of course, costs involved. Like, it's kind of a myth to say it's free because, like, you have to get like uniforms and books and all of this. So it's like, yeah, it's free to attend, and then when you attend and you don't have all the things, you get suspended for not having the things. So it's like, yeah, you can attend for about the period of time until you inevitably get like suspended. That kind of thing. So yeah, it's how many days can you say, oh no, I forgot my uniform or something like that. Basically, inherently, it's not free, but it is officially speaking free. So in essence, you do have a thing where you'll have some very good quality, very high, a lot of very good teachers, schools that are free, and private schools inevitably in the country tend not to necessarily always, have the best, because most of the time you're just sort of like, you're always in a position of like, well, they're not necessarily good places to be, and you look at them, you're like, there aren't a lot of apparently good things, really, at the end of the day. Anyway.
School, and I'll go first because I used to be in a public school from K through 5th grade, and then I transferred to St. Margaret's Episcopal School.
Yeah, what can you expect? Private school that has a
change in food. Oh my gosh, the public schools, the cheese falls off of the pizza.
I went to...
Does it? Yeah. Yeah, I went to a public school, but guess what? There is an option to make your own food, right? Like that is an option. It's often cheaper. Like I don't get this thing with America with like cafeterias. Like, what? Are you not allowed to bring your own food? Or do they like make you pay for it in advance? It's like a waste if you don't like get your cafeteria. Is it that? Like, are you paying for the cafeteria in advance, and then it's like, no, you can't not pay for it. So like, because I don't get why if you don't like the food, why not just like bring your own? Like, the food I when I was in school was probably, cost around probably less than maybe £1, maybe a little bit more than £1, that kind of thing. It was cheap to make. But the point was, I made it. So that's the thing. It wasn't expensive. It was cheaper. And you know, just saying, that's an option.
Public school for like preschool, and the one thing I remember was like the food was free. So I was like, this is so cool, but like now it's like I have to pay for it all the time, but it's worth it.
But Missy, just quick back to you. You said earlier that you've been in private school your whole life.
For preschool, like I don't count that, like, you know.
Yeah, who the fuck counts a preschoolers? You said you've been in private school your whole life. What about that time when you were like, you know, basically could have just chosen not to be in school? What about that time when you were not technically really in the school? You do realize preschool is called preschool. Like, I think you should put it in the school category, because you, like, for example, in my country, you will have many preschools will actually, they will teach stuff in them. You know, so you know, like, you probably should include them, because, you know, many people do learn basic stuff in them, but, you know, still, there's no real need to put them there.
No, it was like the food was free, but I didn't like it that much. My school was like a K to 12, but I transferred in 8th grade to another.
Once again, I don't see why wouldn't you just, like, that's the thing. If the food is free, I understand then, like, free, or it's prepaid. I understand then, like, obviously you're not gonna, like, go, no, I know I've already basically paid for that, but you know what, I'm gonna pay more to make my own food. Yeah, I understand that, but, like, if you have to pay for the food each day, like in my school, there was a cafeteria, you could pay for food. Food wasn't free, you had to pay for it. Now, the thing was, it wasn't you pay and then you get free meals. It was like, you pay on the day to get the food. So obviously, I'm not going to be paying £5 for a meal. That's way too expensive. So, you know, just bring food in with you.
High school, I knew everyone, so I wanted to like go to a new private school, and I like it a lot more now.
You said that everyone knew each other, and then you knew the same people when you went to high school.
I knew some of the same people because like I transferred with them. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm literally a private school
Your
kid.
story is very shifty. Can I?
Well, no, you would know people in general, though. He is right, technically speaking. You would have.
Have your full story. I want it beginning to end, because it's changed like 2 different times.
For preschool,
really.
to Chase Street Elementary, kindergarten, I transferred to this other school. I'm not going to name it because I don't want them to get mad at me. I transferred there, went there for 9 years.
Yeah.
My sister went to the same high school I do now, and she really enjoyed it, so I was like, I want to transfer there for high school. So I transferred there now. My entire family, we love this school so much, so yeah, I go there.
I wish I liked my school.
Aww, I know, I feel you. Although, if you're a private schooler, why would you, I don't know, well, I guess. Maybe it's just like you just don't like school in general. Because I don't think I would particularly, like, if I changed schools, if, like, someone was just, like, drove up in, like, a limousine, was like, yes, you will have a ticket to this private school in Dublin, along with, it's like a boarding school as well, so it's yeah, you know, it's like worth 50 grand. You know, like, if that was the case, I don't think I would enjoy it, because I didn't like school. I didn't like school in general. So, you know, don't think I would, particularly speaking, I wouldn't have liked it just because it was more expensive. That's the thing. Like, I didn't like school, and but I just don't think I would have improved just because I'm private school. So in fairness, I think, yeah, you know, but if you don't like school, I don't see the point of, like, paying for it, you know, which is in general one of the things I don't care about private schools. Like, it's like, yeah, it'll be more expensive, you'll still be fucking miserable all the time though, because it is still school. It's like, you know, if open prisons still had incredibly violent guards, it would, like, beat you to that almost, you know? Obviously, open prisons don't have that, generally, because the rich get to enjoy, you know, nice prisons. That they basically aren't prisons at all. It's like, yeah, this prison is more luxurious than your entire apartment block. So, yeah. What do you say about that, huh?
couldn't keep her story straight, kept getting flustered, generally just suspicious.
Yeah, public speaking, that's what I would do too. Oh.
Wow.
I didn't think it was her.
I think I definitely got super defensive. I started panicking, talking fast, and I think that didn't help me.
Raise your hand if you think that
Well,
the mole or the moles are still in the box and you would like to continue the game.
Oh, not sure. Oh, do they always ask us for 2 rounds? Because it would make sense, like.
Metal Detox Concentrated Oil. 97% less hair breakage in one use.
Okay.
Shop now.
I don't buy L'Oreal, by the way. Ever.
I love it.
All of it.
I think Disney Plus, you know, maybe. Because at the end of the day,
This place is amazing.
it is entertainment. It's not education, so I'm fine with that. Massive corporation, though, so. But still, you know, I mean.
I'm a little suspicious of you because you said.
Suspicious of you too, because
Yeah, Haley, we got a war going on.
is this your school uniform?
No, we don't have a school uniform. We have like a dress
You
code.
got the merch.
Wait, so what is your dress code?
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. Like if you put fingertips, you can't wear bikini straps. Clothes have to like touch fabric to fabric. But for you,
Yeah,
I
those
think
are just clothing rules. Like I think my school actually had like a no makeup policy, and there's no one obeying that at all. It's just like no, they just no. I don't think they even bothered to enforce it either. Like I remember like one time reading through some of the policies, and it was just like that's completely not enforced, you know. But you know, like, you
you said PE was your elective. For me, it's mandatory.
Oh, for me, I have an elective as PE.
PE is an elective, but it's a required elective, so you have to fill a slot for PE.
Yeah, we have like dance you can do
Ours,
though.
there's a mandatory one. You either have to choose the Mozart Performing Arts or you have to choose physical education. So I just chose PE.
Does everyone have a creed for their school?
A what?
A creed.
oh, like a
I've never.
oh the thing. Yeah, I think. Yeah, wouldn't most schools have
Heard
that?
of that.
A school creed. Like, we are committed to honesty, justice, and learning. We respect the dignity and worth of all human beings, their thoughts, feelings, and individuality.
Jesus Christ, if you learn off a creed that long, yeah, you might want to consider just how much of a cult your school is like.
We have a slogan.
Yeah.
Ours is learn by doing, learn by caring.
Ours is just at Cooley Middle School. We're kind, safe, and honest.
We kind of just go by Bible verses like John 3:16.
Oh, Christ, indeed. Interesting. You know, you do have to be careful having a religious school because it verges on just being not Christian and just being like this sort of like, not even it's not even neo-Christian, to be honest, because it's not it's not new, you know? Like, you know, when you're like, okay, neo-Christian, what's a neo-Christian, is it? It's like a couple of thousand, like, it's about, almost 1,000 years old. A little bit over, maybe, possibly. You know, like, Christianity has just been changed more and more over the years. That's resulted in this sort of completely different religion. It's like, yes, Jesus Christ taught us to be, you know, forgive us our debts and, you know, all this sort of stuff. And, you know, give people that thing where you just you aren't basically, effectively almost socialism, you know. And it's like, nah, let's not do that. Let's have a massive capitalist system. Yeah. And by the way, pay us a lot of money to be thought here. So yeah, you know.
Very Christian school. We do a lot of chapel.
That's not good.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
That really makes you seem like a cult. Like, there's a certain way to do Christianity, and the way most churches and the way most Christian schools do it is not the way you should, really. I mean, in essence, I think when it comes down to it, like, you know, it's like, yeah, like you're not actually doing much there. But anyway, I just think it's kind of the opposite of what a private school, like, what Jesus would want. Like, yeah, private school. It's really religious there.
Like we have like a bunch of things under it, things that you are like supposed to do, kind of like rules.
Could you tell us more about your school? Because I'm kind of a little.
I can.
How can you like elaborate
Yeah.
on your story?
Okay, I went to a public elementary school and then I switched in 7th grade.
Did you say you were in 6th grade earlier?
Sorry? No, I never said anything about that. Yeah, 7th grade I switched. So we have two campuses. We have the upper and lower campus. There's about like 1,500 in each, and the whole campus, not in each. Yeah, in each class there's about 15 people.
Yeah,
When you
you
say
said that.
classes and one bubble moves from world history to math to science, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like that.
And there are 100 of those. Okay.
It's a really big campus. so-
Okay.
At our school assemblies,
In fairness, 100 does seem like quite a lot. You know. My school was probably like maybe, I actually don't know, because it depends. Like you'd have fluctuations. Like if there was more of an intake in one year, then you'd have smaller. You know, like smaller groups. But you know, smaller groups, but more of them. But if there was a little bit less, then you'd have bigger groups, but less of them. Well, like obviously like one less or like one more, that kind of thing. But yeah, no, in my school you didn't move around because that was kind of stupid because you'd have people who were doing stuff that, you know, and different things. You wouldn't have, you know, 10 people doing basically one block course because you'd have, you know, higher ordinary English, higher ordinary mathematics, higher ordinary all this. So what that would mean is that it wouldn't really make much sense to start putting people in groups because then you would only have like you probably actually in some cases would have one person would be doing one specific type of thing, you know. Also, keep in mind 100 is across multiple years, so.
would like watch videos and stuff like on YouTube because they post literally everything on YouTube for like parents or whatever.
How often were your assemblies pre-COVID?
They're once a month.
Once a month, okay.
I'm really debating on either you two right now.
Jesus.
I just want to hear a little bit more about.
The way you described your school,
Fella
like the
in
school name, the once a month assembly, putting everything on YouTube, singing the Star Spangled Banner.
I think it's just a general.
That is the exact schedule of the assemblies that I had at every single public school.
What's something unique about your school that differs it from a
Okay, a normal public school. Do you understand? There is one difference between a private school and a public school, and it's this. You have to pay a fuck ton more for a private school, and this is the truth, because at the end of the day, you do know, right? There are, like, public schools, and I've looked at these before, that have the services of private schools. Like, I remember, you know, I had a relation who used to be able to go swimming. There wasn't an actual school pool, but there was a pool in the area that they would go to, you know? So, like, that, you know, that they didn't go to private school, you know? But effectively speaking, well, yes, it wasn't owned by the school. They effectively had a school, you know, pool that had shared everything else in the community. But you know what I mean? Like, also another one had like a gym, you know, and that was the thing. Like that was once again like that was the thing. That wasn't necessarily part of the school, but that was something that they had access to. You know. Like, all these things. Just, you know. There was a school that had, like, a tent, I'm not sure, no, it wasn't tennis court, it was AstroTurf. There was a school that had AstroTurf. This is a primary school, or I'm not sure, is it like a middle school in America? I'm not sure. You know, basically, that was there. You know, that kind of thing. So it's, yeah, you know, there's nothing that really can necessarily say makes you a private school except the fees.
normal public school.
I already said it earlier. You kind of had to choose what you wanted to do, like physical education or Mozart performing arts.
You mean more specifically? Like more specific choices? Because like I got to choose in a way. Like there were some matter subjects obviously. But like I got to choose, you know. Sometimes you could go, well, I don't really want to choose any of them, to be honest, but like, I guess I'll choose these ones. Best of a bad bunch. But
For like the base.
Aww.
We'll miss you.
Yeah.
Why would they vote for me? I thought I had like some sort of like trust system with them.
I was really surprised because everything I heard from Tom sounded familiar from my school and stuff.
Raise your hand if you think that the mole is still in the box and you would like to continue the game.
Oh. Did this freeze at like an opportune moment?
Take your dolls anywhere with a silver cross stroller. With fun accessories and smooth steering.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
I thought we had gotten the moles out, Audrey and Tom, so I didn't want to continue.
So, Haley, I'm so sorry for saying this, but thank God, Olivia, you wanted the game to continue because I would not feel safe ending the game.
That's
She's still here. I just want to ask, what do you find that's unique in your school and something that you haven't said?
Since like the classes are smaller, we get to like talk with the teachers more.
Do you call your teachers by their first name?
With some of them, it depends with the relationship. People aren't acting up as much as when I went to public school, so I feel like I just understand them.
Really? Guess I mean I don't know.
The material a
Yeah,
lot
I
more.
agree.
But is the baseline education better than what you found in a public school?
Well, first of all, I don't find myself dazing off as much because like it's just more interesting.
Education is not better as a whole. If you study it, when it comes down to it, you do see that there are certain things such as a lack of things. And this happens in many countries where education in private schools is actually slightly almost worse to be or on par. Because, well, when it comes to the quality of the teachers, it's just,
what they're teaching about and what we're learning. In a public school, we learned just about American history, but now we're learning about like Roman history, Greek history. We're learning about like world history.
Yeah, no offense, that's just American. That's just the American education system being pretty bad.
Diversifies, but then again, 8th grade is the year that you would typically learn about world history in a public school.
It's like I feel like.
Oh, you do learn about it, do you? Okay. Maybe I missed out.
Learning a lot of this stuff.
I regretted going into round 4 after Hallie expressed her story about being in a private school.
So is this your day-to-day uniform?
This is not my day-to-day uniform. I just like being formal. I just like wearing this. I wear this on Thursday, go to chapel.
Interesting.
Because
interesting. Not a cult, by the way.
It's being respectful, I guess. And the rest of the days, we
What do you mean being respectful?
wear a colored uniform. We wear a polo shirt.
An accent.
And pants. It's either khaki, gray, crimson, navy, or plaid.
Specific.
Plaid, yeah. I got it all.
Do you have chapel?
Oh, we have it every week.
Every
Every
week, okay,
Thursday.
Yeah, it's not a cult, guys.
Every Wednesday for me.
So you both attend religious
Yeah.
Yes.
middle school. Mine is gifted education private school. And whatever you want to do, go ahead and
Our
do
school's pretty diverse. Yeah, that was the question I was going to ask. Diversity, is it like, how would you say, is there like a dominant
We
race
have a
or anything?
director of equity and inclusion.
Yeah, we
so-
have a.
See, this is the problem in America. Like, in other countries, it's just like, oh no, the principal will sort your things out there because there's generally not too many problems, But this is like, no, it's a religious school. You kind of need to have someone on site because, yeah, not a cult.
The Jedi team, Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. I lead the Gender Sexuality Alliance. There's a feminism club, Black Student Union.
Are there any clubs that you have joined, like because
Yeah.
I know that they offer
Other
club
than video
students
game
and
and book
teachers.
club.
Yeah,
I'm also
Yeah. What? So many schools have our clubs, like, because it's literally it's a manufactured mental thing. It's like, yeah, we're a club because we meet up and we talk about stuff. Like in my school, I believe there was a reading club. I believe there was a chess club. I think anyway. I didn't go. And there was, I believe, a science club. I think. I'm not sure if that was running all the time though. But you know, that's just an example of the clubs, and you know, I'm just saying, like, it's not really profounding. Anyway. Okay, what is
I'm part of the BSU.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I'm sorry, wait, what is the BSU
Yeah, Black
club?
Student Union.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
It's okay.
Your application
It's cool.
process was just you took a test?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, okay. Mine
40
was,
grand to get in the school.
Yeah.
Jesus!
What about your
Fucking Christ. Oh my god. It's like really go to like, you know, mega universities and like, oh yeah, it's like 100 grand. I mean, you're better off not going and just keeping that money, do you know? Like, these are, because like, God, bless you. Like, come on.
you guys, they increased the price.
20
grand.
I have like tuition aid, so yeah.
Ours is 50,000, I believe.
Yeah, oh my god.
Like that's a down payment on a house, fuck's sake. Fucking Christ, like that's a down payment on a fucking house. You could give that to your child, and like at the age of like you could give that to your kid, right? And they could literally go into a bank and be like, here's, okay, keep in mind, actually, no, they couldn't, because the bank is not going to go, oh, you can have your down payment, but you have no fucking job that's stable. Okay, well, I don't think we're going to really give you this mortgage then. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, you could, like, a parent could go into a bank and be like, okay, here's the down payment, and then get their child a fucking house with that. Literally.
Hi, Hallie. We love you.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you think that the mole is still in the box and you would like to continue the game. If the lights turn green, that means you have voted out the moles.
I think it's
and you win.
hardly fair to be just like, oh yeah, well, we democratically were greedy, so like we were democratically greedy, so we kept voting people out. Like, if you voted, you know, if they went up again because they were still like, oh, we want all the money, and then they voted like, we ran everyone, or we ran, out. Then it would literally be down to like the finest line of it being that way. So it's like, if you keep one of them out, it's fair, anyway.
If the lights turn red, that means the mole is still in the box and you lose.
Okay. It's gonna be green.
Let's go.
2 more.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Good job.
Now, can the moles please step forward
Okay.
in 3,
2, 1. Boom, 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 boom.
I love how the first one eliminated.
It's okay. I thought it was her too.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Thank you. I thought I was gonna get out.
Oh,
first
they didn't know it
round.
was still. They didn't know that one. That's kind of smart. Although it's a bit like, it's like if someone was like, yeah, it's you. It's just like you're fucking me over, man. Like you're fucking your mate over. This kind of thing. It's like, yeah, it's turning people against each other. But anyway, I guess the whole concept of the entire video.
Oh my god. Because I know that school, and I was like, I don't know about the uniforms.
I told you so. Like, I knew it.
Friend goes there.
Yeah, all of my friends go to private schools, so that's
You
why.
were convincing, like.
My answer sounded so weird though because my school was from kindergarten to 6th grade. I think they did it really well, and I was really surprised actually that they were the moles. I didn't really expect that.
So, is your school a public school or a private school, or did you just get it?
No, I go to a
merge?
public school. I basically took on the personality of my best friend, so she goes to a private
Stole
school.
the soul of your best friend.
Yeah.
Everyone is rich is like a huge misconception because I know a lot of students like aren't on financial aid.
Oh yeah, that is what point I wanted to make. In America, oftentimes it is that way. I don't think it is as much in my country because I think the people are a lot more aware that private schools are a lot also private schools are a lot more of a scam in my country, where they're basically just a place where you just like what you're paying for is just luxury life for your child to live in, really. Like, you're not really paying for better education. I think the study was done was like the teachers are not that much better. Like, they're generally not bad because they're screened, but like they're on par with like your average to above average public school, you know. So they're not that much better. Like, you can find teachers that are exactly as good in a public school. Now, there is of course certain areas in which you'll find deprived funding. Oftentimes there are, certain areas where they're deliberately they're underfunded. But I think the thing with America is that it's more done as a whole. Like, all of American education, public education, is underfunded, rather than just specific spots here and there. Like, I mean, the school that was in it was not amazing funded, but like it wasn't as underfunded as it could have been, and as underfunded as some other schools are. But yeah, at the end of the day, really, when it comes down to it, in my country, you're mostly just paying for luxury. So basically that's kind of it.
Academic scholarships, athletic scholarships.
People always think that private schoolers are really bad and uncontrolled and really conniving and mischievous. I don't think that's...
No, they think that they're the kind of people who will fuck you over. Mostly because rich people always fuck you over. Because that's kind of how they got rich. Or now and again you do have a rich person who's like, no, I'm not gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna donate my wealth. And that kind of thing is good. But
them at all. I think they're really outgoing and passionate about...
Come on, man.
What they say.
I've always wanted to do that.
Come on. Like, come on, like, you know why that is.
I know.
Wait, it's real?
Yeah.
Money things.
Money.
Wow. My. Good God.
The joys of capitalism.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh God, it's like, yeah, it's a critique of capitalism. By the way, we go to a private school, which is in essence exactly what capitalism is based off of. Privatize. Especially with American education. Like, it's one thing in my country, like, in my country, think, to be fair, if you wanted to save a bit of money, but still go to like a really good school, you could say, you know what, we're gonna move, and we're gonna move to a school. Like, I knew someone who they moved house in order to moved house temporarily in order to get access so they could go to the school, right? Like, that's what they had to do. So obviously that would have cost them a bit. But they still did move house, though, So, yeah.
Can you pick up all the money?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot.
Jubilee are just like, that's your money. And we're kicking you out in like 5 minutes, like 2 minutes. So pick up all the money or you leave with no money. You know, but anyway, yeah, at the end of the day, I think when it comes to public schools, down to it, it is oftentimes not a better education system. It is somewhat a better education system when it comes to America, because that's actually underfunding in their own education system. In my country, it's mostly down to just children living in luxury. Yeah, so basically, I would end this video by saying, yeah, go ahead, I'm gonna like the video, all those things. Links to Jubilee are in the description, all those things. Please go ahead, subscribe, all those sort of things. And hopefully, I guess I'll see you next time when I'll be looking at different stuff than now, because it'll be different. Because it'll be weird to react to the same video. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think don't go to private school, or like, maybe if you're an American, then reform the country's education system, and maybe along with it, just government as well. Anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye.